Underdog Daily with the Bash Bros, Jon and Nez takes back in the saddle here. It feels so good. First day that is like truly feels like no longer the holidays there, Nez. But new year, new Nez, because two things coming up, Nez, last night, people.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of feels like a holiday to me, man. Christmas morning, some might say, after the big dub, man. What an insane game. One of the craziest fourth quarters I think I've ever seen, or maybe the last, more specifically, the last 10 minutes. Just one of the craziest sequences of football I've ever seen. Oh my God.
Amazing 8-minute stretch there.
Just incredible. Just I thought the game was over on both in both outcomes 10 different times.
Yeah, 100%.
Unbelievable.
Nez, that wasn't the only thing that came up, Nez, last night. So did the NBA slate, my friend. Welcome back. Not quite a winner circle performance there, but a nice $6K in your pocket. New year, new Nez, back to where he belongs, winning contests. How'd that one feel?
That felt good, man. That felt good. I do famously have one other bank this season in the heat check, but a heat check bank is totally sick. But the main was eluding me. Even if it was a tiny main, it was still eluding me. So seeing one go through the net felt great, man. Felt great.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
I admittedly have been kind of off my NBA day-to-day rhythm. I put 70 in the week 18 contest there, and that was kind of my sweat for yesterday. But super happy to get back in the saddle here and get back in the rhythm. Got 15 under my belt here. Did you play all the way through the holiday stretch here? Were you grinding NBA every night?
Yeah, I was still playing. I only did 25 entries last night, but isn't that funny?
Just takes one, baby. Just takes one.
I was probably in the first 30 lobbies. Yeah, 20. I was in there real early. Because Norm Powell, I knew Jaime Hawkins was not going to play because he was injured. I think the day before, or maybe 2 days before. But he left injured, never came back. So I had a lot of Norm Powell there, and yeah. Just ran real good. Got a bit of a GM, but I will say it does the ADP at when the contest is going and is live isn't reflective of what the ADP was when you drafted. So I think it would be kind of cool to be able to see what that actually looked like, because that looks like I got 11 picks value on Russ, and I did in the closing line, but I think he opened pretty late. His opening projection is always pretty low.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's well said, right? Because on the surface, when people see combinations, it's oh my God, how'd this person fall 11 picks? It's well, no, the CLV shifts over the course. That's closing ADP. Good.
It's been a while since I won, so I didn't quite realize that was the case. Okay, that's not actually what it was, but yeah.
Yeah, these Buster boys aren't as egregious as we thought here.
I owe him an apology.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna bring it up. We'll talk a little NFL as well there, but let's bring up, remove that one, add that one, and shift that. There you go. Let's see it, dude. Walk me through it. Right. Miso Tuna in second too, and Sam Olsen. Jay Sam's up there. Wow.
Just a couple buddies playing basketball. So yeah, this one was Ant, LeBron, Norm. I had Norm pushed way up. Trey Murphy, Russ, and then Jake LaRavia, friend of the show.
Last night, right?
What's that?
No Reeves last night. LaRavia has been starting.
Yeah. Reeves is out for a little bit, I believe. I'm pretty sure he's. I don't even think he's questionable today. I think he's just out for today too. But yeah, man. Been playing a little Jake the Snake lately. He's a nice player, man. He's taken on a nice role there. Without Reeves, he's their third best scorer on the floor, and he's been playing pretty well. So
nice.
Yeah. Just how we drew it up.
Yeah, right. No, he's definitely a better, he's a better utilization fit, if that makes sense, from a fantasy standpoint on that team than like Rui is.
Yeah.
Because we just joke about how like Rui's just like floor spacing and empty scoring, but he can do so much more from like a multiple category contribution.
Exactly. Yeah, like Laravia can actually put points on the board.
He was one of those guys that was just a unfortunate byproduct of Memphis having too much depth when they were starting to become good.
Yep.
And then, they just couldn't find minutes for like all these guys like him and Santi, and they were all the 9th and 10th man on that team. And now that they go elsewhere, they have the ability to, find some more.
Exactly. They were like too good to be bench players, but not good enough to make the team better.
Right.
Sort of like, yeah, it was pretty unfortunate.
The
way they were set up.
Perfectly articulated, my guy. We'll walk through NFL real quick here. Most people, we did the cash game thing on Friday. Friday was my first show back there from touching water and touching snow and touching ice, just having fun. But it's good to be back here. I did fire a decent amount. How did you fare on the weekend there? Were you more of a cash game king mindset, or were you firing in the BR streets as well?
I was in a little bit of everything. I maxed the Deposit Kingdom double up, or the cash game king double up. What did I end up making there? I honestly, I know I was positive in there. I'm not sure to what extent. But yeah, made out well in the cash game king double up, but everything else I more or less bricked.
Mm-hmm. The slate flipped pretty drastically with the Niners losing on Saturday night.
Yeah,
because that was on Friday. Yeah, on Friday's show, I was pretty adamant about like Puka's ADP is bad. Like they're gonna play a half. They're gonna do what the Cowboys were gonna do, and then they ended up actually mattering in a big way. And yeah, I don't know. The two best plays on the slate for my money were Michael Wilson and Puka thereafter. So
right.
I was just trying to jam them. I did 30 prior to that information, and then I jammed my last 41 after that. Here, I'll bring it up for everyone in the results there. Had a couple little sweats, but nothing crazy. Fullback dive, I had a couple good ones there. I was chasing a little bit of this. Well, I'm always doing the 250 and the hundreds, but I was like, we might get a little cheeky overlay in these ones. So
yeah,
I ramped it up even higher there. But shout out to Vanny, man, because this DeBomb team looked really nice here. Ramondre Stevenson, man, we didn't talk a whole lot about it on Friday's show, but like, holy shit, man, when did Ramondre plus Hendo become like modern era Ingram and Kamara? Like just 5 touchdowns between the two of them, splitting a backfield. Like Ramondre scored 25 fantasy points the week before, and then he goes under 3% drafted in a good matchup with a team that we thought was going to try. Like now, it's hyper efficient and it's low volume, but it's like he's done it the 2 weeks before that, and nobody wanted to click him for a third week here. Like it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's a huge miss on our end, for sure. I was like, yeah, that felt really obvious. I was taking him in playoff best ball like a bunch,
Yeah.
This year, and just completely whiffed on that. So that was pretty annoying. But you were comparing these two to Ingram and Kamara, but there's only one NFL duo this year that has 1,000 yards between the two of them.
And please,
Jalen Warren and Kenny Gainwell, baby. It's only one.
That was the one we all thought it was going to be.
These two were really close, though. Ramondre was I think 50 yards short of 1,000 scrimmage. I didn't realize that.
Games too, didn't he? He missed like 3.
Who's that?
Ramondre missed 3 games. Did I make that up?
No. He did. That's why that was when like Hendo emerged. I didn't realize, dude. Tregon Henderson almost had 1,000 rushing yards this year.
Crazy, dude. Yeah.
I mean, I would have guessed like 700. I mean, I knew he was good. Don't get me wrong, but like, whoa.
Yeah, they didn't even let him get kind of like quote unquote unleashed until like week 6 or something.
Yeah, dude, he was terrible for 7 weeks, and he almost got 1,000 rushing yards.
Yeah. Wild, man. But shout out to Vanny for getting down to that play. This CeeDee Lamb didn't wind up mattering because you got to the 2 scrolls at the running back position. This is kind of what my builds all looked like, to be honest, where I was taking 2 of the top, 9 wide receivers, and then I was scrolling like crazy at the running back positions and a little bit at the quarterback and tight end. I honestly, I didn't play a ton of Loveland. I didn't love it. So that was a big miss by me that kind of led to my downfall there. Take a look at the main BR here. Shout out to the Christie Crushers. Love that. That's a sick name. That Burrow to Chase, but not the Chase that you're thinking of, so that you can get Puka and Parker Washington in there. And then that 3.7% Ramondre scroll was really the one that unlocked it all, while everybody else was chasing the shiny new toys of like Jaden Blue and Tank Bigsby, and who else did I like that was scrollable? Jordan Mason. Everybody was, chasing those ones. You go to the tried and true Ramondre Stevenson, and he was the scroll you needed there. So shout out to the winner here. Nice lineup there. Yeah.
I mean, the woke thing to do in playoff best ball was take Parker Washington over BTJ. I think we might be, Galaxy Brain next level. Parker Washington over Jacoby. This dude's fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
He's good. He's really good.
I watched a bit of that game too. He got a little bit banged up in this one too. And like, he's a brick shit house, like he kind of reminds me of like Golden Tate, if that makes sense, really? Where it's like kind of thicker than you would think they are when you look at them.
Yeah.
That's all I mean.
You're right. I thought Parker Washington was a 6-foot guy. He's not.
No. He's like stout,
You know what? He wears number 11, so that elongates you.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, there you go. You're accustomed to like Julio Jones, like fully stretched out, wearing like
those long number 1s on the jersey. I'm like, dude, 6'6", like minimum.
Good shit. Shout out to Dat Mavis, who drops off 5 Badge Bros memberships. Much appreciated there. Saw that he had a nice week and had a nice tweet in our direction there. Looks like our guy Jets won the Engage 8 yesterday. I was not in that contest. He said he's ready for baseball. Maybe that's a good little, segue to what the plan is for the week here. Hoops today, hoops tomorrow. Wednesday is playoff best ball with Pete. We're going to do off and on the clock there. And then off and on the clock Friday, we'll do the weekend wild card slate here. That'll be a monster one. So Thursday is a little bit up in the air right now. There's only 4 games of NBA. I don't know. Maybe it's time, Nez. I did one by myself. Maybe it's time we put our superpowers together and we do a bullpen together there or something behind the paywall.
Yeah. It's about that time, man. We got to start getting our feet wet. That contest is filling faster than I've ever seen it fill in years past. I mean, there's some big talk going on, in terms of what the Dinger could look like this year. And I mean, we are the baseball freaks are showing up and showing out right now. This contest is 80% full.
Wild, man.
78% full.
Nice. Right on.
Gonna be fun.
Yeah. Patrick came in, thought he had a chance at the Wildcat, finished in 9th. That's a nice one there. Nice little shout out from Dat Mavis here. Shout out the master class. If you didn't get it this year, get it next year. Yeah, much appreciated, man. That's designed to be evergreen. I'm sure we'll do some updating to it. Just in general. We might also branch out into we've teased it before. But yeah, we've got some work done behind closed doors to potentially branch out to different sports and stuff. Just hasn't been shared yet. So yeah. Anyways, fullback dive. JT like vinegar, but with a B. JT Vinegar right here with that Ramondre Stevenson being the skeleton key. And again, you could get away with a dud in your lineup here because Ramondre lapped the field at the running back position. So we saw a CeeDee Lamb as part of the as part of the DeBomb winner there. And then we see a James Cook 1.5
That's
part of the
wild.
smaller field line up here there. But you get the Chase, you get the Amon-Ra. You really needed Loveland. That was a big one. And then there was a number of quarterbacks you could have, but Burrow's ADP kind of like lined up nicely with what you could do with the earlier picks, basically. So, yeah, nice one there. Shout out there. I had a Trevor Lawrence double stack here, and then that Rams Arizona stack game. Thought this team deserved a little bit better fate there, but yeah.
You don't have to find it. I had a team in 118th place with Audric Estime. I really thought I deserved a better fate there. 3.7%.
Nice, dude. Yeah, right on. I played a decent amount of Audric Estime. We put him in our core there, but I played it primarily in the BR, not in the fullback dive. My big play was Michael Wilson. Like, I just loved the Michael Wilson. I played way too much CeeDee Lamb, even though I believed there was a possibility he could get taken out. I still just liked the spot enough. And then, yeah, Jordan Mason was kind of like the guy I got to. And then I played the two top tight ends and not a ton of Loveland there. Played the wrong side of the Jacksonville stuff too with Myers, and then just did a whole bunch of scrolling at the quarterback position. Basically, you see this nice little 8.5% Trey Lance. Not his fault. He got intercepted. But yeah, Loveland was kind of my downfall, and no Ramondre was kind of like my pitfall on the week there. Yeah, 9.9% Audric Estime. There you go. Not bad. Not bad. Ended up playing Swift in the higher dollar contests and Harvey, who I didn't really like as much, just like safer in the higher dollar contest, and turned out to be bad.
Yeah, dude, it was a weird one. I mean, Bijan totally flopped. Like just kind of a weird week 18. But I will say one of a more normal week 18 than I think I anticipated. I mean, obviously some like really, really strange runouts, like the Cowboys. Just like wish there was better indications that was going to happen. I didn't think so. But yeah, otherwise, just a good old fashioned week 18.
Yeah, no doubt. Good to tie a bow on it there with the last contest I wanted to look at being ours. Badge Bros Brawl here might very well be the last Badge Bros Brawl of the season, but shout out to TBS, who I believe I recognize the screen name. This is the second time taking down the Badge Bros Brawl this season, if memory serves.
Really?
Yeah, pretty certain.
Dude's just got the magic touch, huh?
Yeah, he's got it, man. Scroll down to Matthew Stafford, get that Stafford plus Puka, and then load up on all the best plays elsewhere.
Interesting. All right.
Love it. Get that nice little 16% owned Matthew Stafford, who was going to be chasing an MVP, chasing a playoff seed position, and chasing the overall passing yards record for the season.
Yeah, those markets are crazy. The MVP. I don't know if you've seen. Have you like kept up with it the last couple weeks?
No, not really.
Stafford was like favorite for sure going into week 17. That he lost. Drake May went nuts in a half, and then Drake May ended up being like minus 200. Stafford was like plus 500, and now they flipped again.
Wow.
Yeah, so now Stafford's a favorite again. It's gonna be really close, man.
Who would you vote for?
Shit, dude, I think Stafford.
Yeah, me too. I would vote for Stafford, and I also think that the voters in their back of their head have like a little bit of a longevity award, like career-based, where it's like, well, Drake May might get another shot at it, and yes, he's had a good year, but the whole team's been good and whatever. And like the Stafford, like longevity of career, and then still balling out at this age, at this point, and could be like, last season or second last season, especially with the preseason narratives of like how fucked is his back and like stuff like that. I think voters vote with their hearts, and they vote more anecdotally than we give credence to. And they're just going to see passing yards leader, passing touchdowns leader, not that many interceptions. And like, hey, this is a guy who's a former 1-1 who finally is at this point kind of thing.
The narratives are really strong. Right, especially because he doesn't have one yet. Like getting the first, like that's big time. And I straight up think that he deserves it too. It's mad close. There's nothing wrong with like picking one in a close race, but I think it's him, man. I mean, he played tougher competition. I'm sorry. I know that people don't like that argument. His competition was much harder, much harder, and he got that shit done.
Just look at the NFC West. You have the 1 seed with the bye. You have 2 other teams that were fighting for the 5 and the 6. Like, yeah, they're all greater than 11 win teams, or I guess 12 win teams after yesterday in the NFC West. Like,
yeah.
And it's not like Arizona was a doormat either. Like,
dude, Arizona was like underrated. Gannon might have been like an unjust fire for real.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's going to want that job. What are you going to do with the quarterback position?
But, yeah, I know. The Cardinals and the Browns, man. These 2 firings they made, like, good luck finding better options.
Right. Yeah. The Browns in particular, like Stefanski should get scooped up right away, I think.
He's he can pick his job.
Yeah. And everybody's going to be fighting over him, and then people will want to fight over Nagy too, I think, right?
Yeah, I would think Daboll and Flores would be pretty hot commodities too.
Okay, yeah, like it.
But
wow, 40-1, got it at 40-1. Stafford, love that. Mwah. So good.
Jeez, my guy Ryan, man, way to go! I had no idea that he had that. That's crazy.
That's a good one there. Dogman Chill's got the Tyler Shuck offensive rookie of the year at 20-1 from August.
Oh, because they lost.
What?
He said it died?
No, he thought it was dead in August, but now it's like looks like it's good.
Oh, well, he says this. Tet. He thinks Tet's gonna win.
Oh, I don't think Tet's gonna win. No,
I think it's Shuck. I think it's like it would be crazy to not give it to Shuck.
Yeah. Shout out to Viper. Viper's out there on vacation. Love to see it. Counterculture. Everybody went for vacation the last like 2 weeks, and now he's flipping the narrative, going now.
Kind of smart,
man.
Kind of smart. Yeah. Not gonna lie.
All right, Nez. Let's jump into the hoop streets here, man. I think this is a very fun slate, a very interesting slate. We've already had some rule outs. We got a bunch of back-to-backs. They're all back-end back-to-backs. I'll rattle those off for the people. We have Detroit, we have OKC, we have Phoenix, and we have Denver. Those are the 4 back-end back-to-backs on the 8-game slate this evening. There are no front-end back-to-backs on this one. We are still waiting on injury reports from the Phoenix Suns and the Oklahoma City Thunder, who played each other last night in a low-scoring affair that the Suns took care of business and gave the Thunder their 6th loss of the season there. A pretty complete basketball game from a Suns team that was still without Grayson Allen there. Everything else has been submitted. We have a laundry list of guys out for the Nuggets, including Jamal Murray, who was a top 6-7-ish pick to start the day. Obviously, no Joker there as well. The guys who just came back, they listed out on the injury report there in Gordon and Christian Brown. So we'll talk about some of that dynamic. The last 2 that I want to talk about are the probable tags on Joel Embiid, who's going up in what looks like a smash spot, and they have to kind of make up for lost time in the standings now that their lineup is kind of like nearing completely healthy here. With Denver having ruled everybody else out on the opposite side there, Joel Embiid probable tags are not created equal to other probable tags. So treating that one with a little bit of skepticism here after he's played north of 35 twice in his last 3 or something like that. And then Cade, evergreen reminder, like the probable tags that are, renowned for being kind of Q taggy is the Detroit probable tags, the Giannis probable tag, and then anything Embiid and Sixers related probable tags. Those are the notorious probable tags that are, we're not so sure about. But yeah, that was kind of like my macro lay of the land here. It's not really your prototypical stars and scrubs slate. There's a very balanced dynamic to it, and you can there's fluidity of tiers here, Nez, and I really like drafting this slate thus far.
Oh, dude, I love this slate. I mean, evergreen coming off like a nice night. The next slate just looks like the hoop is like 1,000 feet wide. But no, I really do like this slate a lot. there's a really interesting dynamic now without Joker, where like our first rounds now have like 4 viable 101s, and it's been like years, I think, since we've had like big time slates like this, like massive slates where the 101 isn't like clear and obvious. And no Giannis and obviously Joker out, and no Luka on this slate. He's not on this slate, which I applaud Underdog for doing that and keeping Luke, because Luka's
they don't play today.
Why do I think they play today?
Yeah, they play tomorrow. They're on the coast to coast tomorrow.
Oh, you know why, John? Because like they have the fucking Tuesday tip off, or the layup line for Tuesday already out, okay. And of course, edges don't sleep. So I apologize. But regardless, man, there's like 4 viable 101s here. At least there were. It's a really tight tier at the top. You don't normally see that as my TLDR. It's almost always a clear and obvious 101, and that's just like not the case today.
Right on. Yeah, no, I fully agree with you. The dynamic created without like the quote unquote superstar at the top echelon that's like a bona fide 101, like it makes it so much more palatable drafting, where it's like, I don't care about the draft slot that I roll because I can kind of choose my own path, choose my own adventure, and build out lineups. It doesn't feel like, hey, half my entries are dead today.
Right.
Got to give some big love here to Gunnar Ross, our guy, came up second in the eliminator there to the Purple Yosh. Mad respect. Dog Bowl qualifier. Had a great time with him in Kansas City. Not necessary. Always appreciated. And I got my Gunnar Ross badge right beside me at all times right here. So mad respect. Appreciate you so much. Had a great time, my friend, and appreciate the love for the community off your big success.
I can't stress enough that Gunnar Ross is the GOAT, guys. Gunnar Ross is like the coolest dude ever. Shout out to Gunnar, dude.
Yeah, very, very good. Crazy year. Masterclass made my year. Wow.
I'll take it.
Love it, man.
You heard it here first, guys.
Yeah, love that so much, man. Love that. Across the GOAT for the win. Memberships make my nipples perky.
Always with the nipples. That Michael.
Good shit. Bounce saying it's Jalen Johnson night this evening. I could get on board with it. I mean, these teams played each other last time out, and they played to a 250 or a 253 there 2 nights ago. So yeah, I could see it again. I could see that happening again. I mean, it's probably not going to play to that high a total. We're dealing with like a 230 something in that one, but yeah, you could definitely see it. Anything else kind of like macro here that you want to tap into other than like, what we've kind of hit on with the injury stuff and the fluidity of tiers?
No, I think we'll kind of get into it when we break down the slate. We do have OKC though. They did submit just like a few minutes ago.
Okay, cool. Yes, I'm seeing OKC submitting, and I'm also seeing a new little wrinkle to the slate, a James Harden questionable tag pop up. So, yeah, because he's kind of a renowned projection darling, and the projections haven't fully accounted for the fact that Kawhi has turned back the clock 10 years here, and now all of a sudden has 8 stock games with 55 points in his bag yet again. But yeah, wow, that's a new little wrinkle to the slate here for sure.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Let me see. I'm trying to find the OKC one. Okay, so nothing funny, no funny business from OKC. That's good. Just Hartenstein and Caruso with the out tags. That's yeah. And then we got Grayson with the probable tag, and we got Jordan Goodwin, who had a really nice game last night, listed available, and a probable tag on Mark Dub. Okay, cool, because they were trying to, limit the minutes of him a little bit there too. Okay, cool, perfect. I'll give this a refresh there. Nez, the one thing that I wanted to say, just kind of like before we rip game by game here, we'll do a little bit quicker than usual. But I really like some of the potential back end options that could open up for us, but are also fine enough plays as is right now. So I was really having fun with like the back end of draft boards here. Like people are a little skittish on Shaedon Sharpe he probably won't stay here, but he was like going like way late here. People were skittish on Nurk with the Q tag. People were kind of like trying to jam in the Hornets guys when I was like, man, if they all play, I don't know, man, this is kind of ugly out here. I like RJ coming back to life there. I like the IQ stuff. Paul played 30 last night, and we know what he can do from a rate standpoint. And then I liked the Dennis Jenkins stuff. Like if you played Jenkins, I've drafted him a couple of times now because he got back into our lives in a big way last night with all the guys being ruled out. They've already all been ruled out yet again, and now you layer on the probable tag of Cade Cunningham. So then I was like, oh, this might open up a little something here. He played 25 last night, 25 real-life basketball points. He was breaking slates for us like a month ago.
Yeah, I was not thinking about Dennis Jenkins yet. But
that's what I'm here for, baby. This is
Jon is. Jon definitely is. No, man, Jenkins can play. Jenkins can absolutely play. I'm not going to get ahead of that because I think the 6th round has other safer, nice options. But shout out to Dennis Jenkins. That'll be fun if we get to play him again. The one I just want to talk about while we are talking about these fun 6th round options, which I fully agree, all these guys rock and are good options. I don't think Shaedon Sharpe's going to move that much.
Okay.
Let me tell you from experience, brother, Shaedon Sharpe is responsible for thousands of missing dollars from my Underdog account. This dude, you love him, John. I don't. I can't stand this fucking guy. There is nobody that does less with more than your boy Shaedon Sharpe. And
maybe that's why I love him, because it's so relatable to me. You know? Do you know anybody else who does less with more than me?
Come on, I'm not gonna co-sign that. I respect you too much, dude. No, Shaedon Sharpe, dude, is just the stone worst guy, and I think it's gonna be tough for people to click. The people that can just like not feel pain and have no emotions are probably gonna click Shaedon Sharpe and be better off for it. I have a lot, so I'm one of those people. But
I respect it, dude. The other one I wanted to bring up was Clint Capella. Clint Capella is a guy that we know, can make some noise when afforded the opportunity, and he might be running. They might be running big tonight, and might be running. We already know no Sengun, but might be also running no Steven Adams this evening. So if you get 28 minutes, 30 minutes of Clint Capella this evening, could be pretty nice against a team that sucks at rebounding in the Phoenix Suns.
Do you think you're burying the lead there, and as far as like not talking about Tari Eason, or?
Yeah, maybe I am burying the lead a little bit. Like Tari Eason's a lot more fun, and the minutes have like ticked up, which is good to see.
Yeah, but Clint, man, I will say I did not realize he had 40 fantasy points though. That is pretty impressive. But yeah, I'm excited for the Rockets. But okay, I will stand corrected. I was not familiar with that Clint Capella game.
All right, dude, we'll go game by game and walk it through here. But one last shout out to the community here, man. We are up to, what is this, 75 gifted memberships today. Love to see it, man. The Pikachu dropping it off, man. Much love to the Pikachu, who took down, I believe, let me rack my memories here, because it's truly astounding, guys. We haven't done partly just way the days fell and like that sort of stuff, but we were kind of holding off our big, year-end best ball conversation. We were kind of holding it off for when we were going to do the stuff with Sam Sherman. Basically, as soon as I can get Sam on here to do a winner's circle, I know he's doing something for the old employer ETR this week, and he's also still working his real life job. So I'm hoping we do a little something with him next week, and hopefully next Monday is our kind of like penciled in. That was going to kind of like coincide with like end of best ball season. We were going to talk about our own portfolios after doing that and kind of make a thing out of it and give some mad shout outs to the community. But like the unofficial leaders like winners leaderboard, whatever you want to call it. Here you go. That from the Diablo here, from the BBM DB.
This is great television here. I mean, I can't see a fucking thing.
Yeah, I know, right? I'll just drop the tweet.
Thank you.
I'll drop the tweet in there for everybody. But the Pikachu's on here. Gunnar Ross was on here. Just so many members. It was the Dalmatian that he took down. Best Ball Vipers on here, taking down the bigger board. Steampunk Mario's on here. Goods is on here. Like, just, it was astounding to go down the list and just be like, oh yeah, part of our community. Oh yeah, hangs out in the Discord. Like, Chris is on here. Hot Sizzos is on here. Soccer Liam's on here. Like, just all these guys. Manta Ray's on here. Like, all these players on our site as part of our community, as part of our Discord. So I wanted to do like the full-fledged love and look at some of the rosters and that sort of stuff. So we'll do that in the future, but appreciate the fact that this is kind of like our first full forward-facing show since BBM closed and this stuff closed. So appreciate why the gifted subs are coming in right now. So much love to you guys.
Yeah,
thank you.
Good shout there. Good shout. It is really crazy to see. It's a very, very, very small UD world out there, and we're kicking ass out there, man.
Love to see it. Good to hear. Nick is saying that Tari Eason is part of his bag. He's got like 80% Tari right now, so we're in good company with that shout there, Nez. So let's rip through game by game. Use the beautiful unabated interface here. Jets, we'll still be doing off and on the clock for the playoff slates on the weekends there. We talked about doing some baseball on Thursday, but we'll be doing basketball on like the day-to-day grind basis for sure. All right, dude, let's rip here. First game up. Let me get rid of the news for a half second here so we get the real unabated lines there. We got the Pistons and we got the Knicks. The Pistons on that back-to-back, the probable tag there that we talked about on Cade. PGA. Yeah. We got to do PGA. I'm sorry. Yeah, of course we'll do some PGA mixed in there. 232.5 here, one by way of the Knicks. Most of these spreads are actually quite wide tonight, so it's kind of nice to see one of the closer variety here in that one. Still no Josh Hart here and no Landry Shamet there. We talked about the probable tag on Cade. No Tobias Harris and no, Levert actually has a doubtful tag here. And then Jalen Duren has the out tag here, probable tag on Duncan Robinson. So, just thoughts in general on this one relative to the ADPs, man.
So Cade is the by ADP 101, but if you have Cade 101, you're going to end up with like 30% because that's not where he's going. I've seen him go 4. I've seen him go 3. I think most often he goes 2, but he's my 103 for today. The reason being is, there's a lot of guys, there's like you just talked about, there's 4 guys that are viable for the 101. And I really just like those other guys more, but Cade, the assist rate for Cade has been like through the roof this year. So, I mean, I'm not trying to like take anything away from what he can do and has done. It's just, I prefer the ceiling of those other guys more. Now, as far as like the Pistons, while we're on them, it's just Cade and like, man, I don't know how much B-ball Paul I'm going to do, but I'm going to do some. I did get some money down on B-ball Paul in the form of a double-double. So I played that in the pick'em lobby. That got a little bit of CLV on that. No big deal. That's it for me on the Pistons side of things. Like, it's just Cade, and I kind of find it a little scary how thin the Pistons are. Like, how does that assist rate go down potentially? Right. Without Duren. Duren's a big beneficiary of those assists. So it is weird.
Yeah, like you're missing the 2 next high-profile scorers on the team. So, like, in a vacuum, that kind of, like, thrusts Cade to do more scoring. And in theory, like, the other guys are going to get worse looks because of the attack, or going to get better looks from worse players would be the way I would frame it.
Sure. There. Yeah, exactly. If you want to gal brain this, I would say Cade with Paul Reed may be good.
Okay.
You know, like a lot of lobs. If Paul Reed gets 20 points, it's either like, you know,
18 are at the rim.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. Offensive rebounds or like lobs from Cade.
Right. Yeah, good shouts. Yeah, I like it. Paul Reed was like one of my favorite 6 rounders when the day started. I mean, that'll fluctuate. We're anticipating him to start, especially if they have that double big unit with Mitch Robb and with Cat out there. Like, it just, man, he's so fun from a fantasy standpoint when he plays 30 minutes. But this is like the perfect setup for him when he plays 30 minutes. They have to play a little bit bigger and they need secondary scoring is like the formula for like B-ball Paul. He's going to be stone cold chalk on redacted.
Yeah. Like you can't show up without him probably.
Yeah. Dennis Jenkins feels fine. If the Cade stuff breaks the wrong way for us, it might be a bridge too far as of right now, but I have done it once or twice. So there's that. Beef Stew probably just doesn't do enough from a rate standpoint, and Asur doesn't play enough minutes. So yeah.
Pretty easy team to talk about today.
Okay, cool. Let's go to the Knicks side there. Anticipating probably, I would say yes. Anticipating Deuce McBride to start yet again here in the absence of Hart. Who do you like between Cat versus Brunson? Do you like them both more than ADP? And then who do you like of like the auxiliary guys?
For Cat versus Brunson, it's almost always Brunson, but it's definitely Brunson today. It's a projection thing on the site, man. That when the layup line comes out, Cat always gets a massive projection, and it manifests itself in ADP because it gets so anchored. Mitrov's playing today. I mean, the only thing that you can really say about Cat, I think that's good, is like the big defense for Detroit is going to be pretty bad. But I like
Beef Stew's a good defender though.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. But like, Cat's gonna be on the floor for almost, for like 35 minutes, and Beef Stew's gonna be out there for like 19.
Right. Yeah.
So
19 of those minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I just prefer Brunson. I prefer Brunson most of the time. I prefer him here. So I don't have like any Cat, and that does kind of scare me. But I think I'm just gonna keep it up. I think I'm gonna keep up the Cat fade.
Okay. Sounds good to me, dude. Any favorites, whether it's a matchup thing, whether it's a secondary handling thing, any favorites between like OG Bridges in the last round, even Deuce? Is Deuce in your pool at all?
No Deuce, okay. No Mikhail, and like I might have like 5% OG, but I've got my sights set on other players. But we'll see, man. The ADP is changing really, really quickly. Pretty much everyone that you named off like the top of the show in terms of like good late round picks are flying off the board. You used to have your choice of 6 of those guys at pick 36, not anymore. So maybe some OG when I'm looking and I don't see anything that I want to do.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I guess that means the hashtag models agree with our initial assessment on the slate there, if they're all kind of like steaming up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's keep moving here, dude. Second highest total on the slate today is this Bulls team at the Boston Celtics. They're without Josh Giddey. So you're seeing 11.5 by way of the Celtics. A lot of noise and conversation right now about Jaylen Brown as like I saw Mike's video was titled something along the lines of MVP. I saw an Athletic article this morning about Jaylen Brown, MVP candidate. A lot of smoke right now around Jaylen Brown after he had that 50. It was a 50 piece on Saturday night, I think it was, against the Clippers.
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of smoke around his name right now. They get a good pace up spot here with a 236.5. It's basically JB who goes at the front end of draft boards, and then it's kind of picking and choosing what to do with Derek White and Peyton Pritchard at the end, kind of like nothing else outside of that for the Celtics. And then on the Bulls side, Vooch goes kind of in the middle rounds. I don't think it's a particularly great spot for Vooch, but they're really thin at the big, and he is playing north of 33 in like 4 straight or something. So there's that. The Buzelis ADP is really debatable. Kobe White was another guy we could have thrown on that list of 6 rounders that I was feeling because he's got the probable tag now. I know the minutes might be kind of capped, but man, nobody likes shooting more than Kobe White when Giddey's not on the floor. So that kind of becomes a little enticing. But yeah, thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I think the Kobe White stuff, just like off the top, I'm not doing it. I'm definitely like worried about the minute ceiling for him. So I won't be taking part in that, but I get it. Just because of the way that they're currently set up. Like if we had full Kobe White, I would have a shitload of Kobe White, but okay. I just think they're going to take it easy on him.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe assessment there, Nez. Well said, because he only played 25 minutes the previous time out, and then he's missed 3. Yeah, 28, and then he got dinged up in the T-Wolves game and missed 3.
Yeah, like he might not even start. It's questionable, but this game, I do worry about this game being a blowout, and mostly just from like the Bull side of things. Vooch, it's understandable how you get here on Vooch in terms of ADP. Projection is not as high as ADP is, but like it's obviously understandable given the fact that they have nobody really offensively for Chicago. So Vooch is the guy, but it feels terrible. It just feels terrible, right? Like Boston's been playing so well. I just think that the Bulls get smacked here, and I don't like it, but like it wouldn't shock me if Vooch had like 45 in this game, and you're just like, fuck, like should have just taken the guy that was going to be on the floor and hand the rock a shit ton. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I mean, sometimes it is that simple when like we're trying to find like the guaranteed slate break winner, like the guy who's going to drop 60. Like sometimes you just need the 50 burger in the 4th round and fade all the duds from like, because like the 4th round right now, if we're being like truly honest, there's some 6 rounders that I prefer more than some of those 4th rounders in terms of like floor,
Yes.
So like like I know people are enamored with how many minutes VJ Edgecomb's playing right now, but like that's not a slam dunk pick in the 4th round. Like I know people are enamored with Donovan Clingan and the spot for Clingan, but that's not a slam dunk pick, especially if Time Lord plays. So like, hey, Vooch, we know is going to give you 33 minutes tonight and is going to be the secondary option on his team, might even be the primary option for the majority of their trips down the floor. It's not the best spot in the world for him, but there's stability in it. There's safety in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's one of those ones where like I would love to full fade, but I think that's a bad idea. So I can imagine having like 8% Vooch,
right?
Like it's a fade, but not a 0, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, Nick is singing my music today, dude. Just take Nurk in the 4th, Tari in the 5th, and RJ in the 6th. Let's fucking go. Like that. Let's go. That sounds fun, man.
Yeah, RJ's a fun one.
Yeah. I mean, RJ, we'll talk about it in a sec, but he touched 30 the other night. Like they're just going to keep ramping up the good Canadian kid here.
You think?
Yeah. How do you feel about Buzelis? We kind of gave our spiel on Kobe White. Like he'd be a slam if they were going to give him full, but we're both a little scared that they'll keep it under 30. But if he starts, I'd be pretty bullish on getting excited about Kobe White. What do you think about Buzelis right now?
I'm a little scorned because Buzelis sold on me whenever they were playing the Hornets. I think it was. I had a ton of Buzelis that game, and they didn't really do much. Yeah, I don't really like him here.
Okay.
But he's another guy that could like easily have usage funneled his way. At ADP 31, it's a pretty easy gnaw wave for me.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in lockstep with you there, dude. Like I thought he was one of the worst ADPs on the board when I saw it. Like if Kobe White was out, like okay, maybe I see it a little bit more, but yeah.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't help things.
Celtics is basically only 3 guys. Do you like them? Do you love them? Do you want them? What's your mindset here?
I love JB.
Okay.
Derek White is I'm not a Derek White guy, but I am I'm taking them more, man. I like look at these box scores. I need to adjust my process.
The stocks are back, man.
Yeah. They're back in a huge way, and the minutes are, the minutes are always going to be nuts, but yeah, it's the stocks that are really buoying him up. And I just think, I need to start drafting this guy more. Sometimes you got to look at the box scores, dude. And
sometimes you just got to see north of 35 minutes and 40, 40, 64, 50.
Yeah, to get it through your thick fucking skull that Derek White is a good pick despite the PRA numbers. So yeah, I like Derek White.
Mike bringing up the 7 blocks game versus Utah was insane as a 6'4" guard. It was the first time in NBA history that a guard had 7 blocks in a game. I think maybe it tied like another player or something like that. But yeah, it was truly insane. Yeah,
he's crazy. And then Pritchard, I like. I don't have a ton of Peyton Pritchard, but definitely feels like a good Peyton Pritchard spot.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm fine with that, man. Pace up, got some catch and shoot to it. I mean, I wouldn't get like too locked in on his box scores. I can't remember what game it was. It was the game I guess it was the Clippers game. Yeah, I think it was the Clippers game where JB went nuke. Peyton Pritchard didn't shoot a 3 until like the 4th quarter or something because JB was just going crazy. Yeah. And like, that's just like a complete anomaly. Like that's not his game, like he was just deferring because the other guy was going insane. Like I wouldn't get hung up on the box score there. Yeah. Here we go. Shout out to, he didn't score until the 4th. It wasn't even that he didn't even take a 3. He didn't score.
Holy shit.
He didn't score. That's crazy. Yeah. So I knew I read that somewhere. Shout out to Pikachu. I don't know if this is true, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Y'all truly my 101 for best ball content. Appreciate y'all, dude, for the community. Can't wait to see you both at the top of the podiums for next season. Thank you for the memberships, my friend. Thank you for the kind words. Much love, man. This is why we keep coming back and doing this, because the strength in this community, man, especially just coming off a live event last month and getting to meet, even new, we get re-familiarized with the people that we already know and the company that we already know and love. But then we get new people introduced into the fold every single year. And it's like, man, it's truly astounding how nice and how great everyone is here. And I like to think it's a reflection of us, Nez, but it's truly just run good.
It is run good. Played good, ran good though. I'll say that much. That was a very nice comment, Pikachu. I'm gonna pretend like you really meant that.
Much love. All right, Nez, let's push on here, dude. Raptors and Hawks. We talked about how it played to a 253 last time out. This is a 234 today. Raptors as a 2.5. No Jakob Poeltl, my favorite name in the NBA to say there. They started Colin Murray-Boyles last time out in the absence of Jakob Poeltl there. So just found that one interesting. Probably run it back again today and use the defense on Jalen Johnson. So then potentially, or at least the ability to switch on to Jalen Johnson because he's a decent defender, which kind of frees up Scotty Bolway, I would think, a little bit. That would kind of be my bro science matchup analysis there. And then on the Hawks side, we got a Q tag on Luke Kennard, but we got most notably the out tag on Trae Young, which brings in some of the auxiliary guys, the ball handling guards, back into our lives here. People getting excited about Nickeil Alexander-Walker in the last round. People getting excited about the box scores returning for Dyson Daniels. And then we got Zinger, man. Zinger's been playing, 19. He's still kind of like under 20. Not sure he's draftable today, but it does cut in a little bit to the Onyeka Okongwu kind of like, ceiling outcome when the minutes are a little bit lowered or the rebound rate's a little bit lowered with 2 bigs on the floor like that. Thoughts on this one? That was a lot of words from me.
I think this one, I always think that Toronto is going to be a higher total. So I was like, I think I'm more bullish on this than most people.
I think we always think Toronto's a higher total because we think they're poor defensively because they play fast and they were poor defensively last year. And we attribute them to being like a runaround team where like IQ's just fucking chasing guys around.
Right.
And you think, but their transition defense has been very good this year.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's it matches up well against Atlanta. But for Scotty, I like him. I'm like at ADP on him, like 17% exposure. Nothing crazy. I just think he's just a good pick. Like simple as that. I love BI. I always love BI. I'm trying to like chill out on the BI love because we have 30 minutes of RJ on tap. So that definitely cuts into why RJ or BI was such a good play in the past, just because like you didn't have RJ, but RJ being out there definitely cuts into his usage. So I need to walk back my BI bullishness because I have a lot right now, man. I have like 20% BI. I need to get that. I need to get that down a little bit. I'm not. Yeah.
I think if I looked at my exposures right now, it would be similar, Nez, because I find there's like kind of like a dead tier and then a fall off where it's like I'd rather take BI before like the Klingon tier and the Derek White and like that sort of stuff. I think I got to like mix that up a little bit more and pull him up because the Utah guys are going higher now. So yeah, like BI is using as a cutoff, and you sometimes wind up being overexposed because of it. But I think that's a really good point, dude. That if you're gonna go back and look at like usage rate filters, to go back to like kind of like the beginning of the season there when we were dealing with this, we had this where these four were in. Jakob Pertl was out for like 4 or 5 games with the back issue there. And now it's not 1 for 1, but what you will see when you go back to that sample, if memory serves, is like Scotty's like a 28 usage guy. And then everybody else is like 25, 22, 22, 22. Like, like that's what it is amongst like the big four. When RJ was removed from this group, and they were missing Jakob Pertl for games, like the BI usage rate from a scoring perspective, like it was like 31%, like 28%. It was like mirroring that of Scotty. I think we're going to find ourselves in a spot here where RJ's scoring's returned, and as the minutes tick up, these kind of level back out to that previous sample.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna that even goes for Scotty too. Like it's about to get annoying, I think.
Yeah.
In Toronto. So I'm definitely like cautiously into this game. I love that they play the Hawks, that's always fun, but like, yeah, I think I need to, proceed with caution with all these Raptors. It's not going to be a slam dunk, like it has been for these guys right now.
Yeah. I that being said, I do like the Scotty matchup. Like I'm good with Scotty tonight.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Like I'm good with Scotty because like I don't like the ball handling like on ball guys against Dyson and Nah. Like when Trey's out there, I'm like, fucking give me IQ, man. Let me cook with some 6th round IQ. Right. But now when you got like the good on ball guys, I kind of want like the off ball scorer. Like I don't want point Scotty night. I want like Scotty at the elbow who's getting switched on to. Like it's not the greatest matchup in the world for like JJ and Zinger or something like that. But like, I want kind of like the bigger bodied Scotty tonight, I think.
Yeah, no, I think that checks out, right? If you're going to like play matchups, like who has who, I think that would generally leave Scotty, with the good one. If that's how you draw it up.
Let's talk about the Atlanta side there, dude. Are you above, below? Like we talked about the fluidity of the first couple picks here. Is like Jalen Johnson one of your favorite this evening? Do you like him better than Denny and Cade, or where are you at on that? And then of the back end guys, maybe we'll just rank them out.
I had Jalen Johnson too for a while, but I have a ton of him right now, and there's no need to be so light on Cade as I am. I have like 10% Cade, 10% SGA because I'm like so into Jalen right now. But I am really into Jalen, and I want to have a lot of Jalen Johnson because he's been so goddamn good. And with no Trey, he just creates so many shots for people, and just seems good, man. Seems like a good spot for Jalen Johnson. This is going to be such an awesome game. It may not be as high scoring as I hope, but Jalen Johnson's going to be the key for Atlanta, like he has been all year.
Yeah,
and dude, he's a monster. He's a monster. He's just, I want that. I want that tonight. So I'm going to have a lot. It'll probably be 30%. I would be shocked if I'm below that based on where I'm at right now.
Cool. Yeah, I like the stance, dude. I agree with you. I always think back to how bad you ran in the double dribble by being light years ahead on Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, well, I'm here to remind you.
Thank you. twist that knife, would you?
Those fucking Skolatskis, baby. Do we believe Dyson Daniels has returned here? The handling role, the stocks are back a little bit here. Do we believe the minutes are, full with him? Is this something new with him? Do you like Na in the last round? Then the Okongwu plus Zinger kind of like dynamic and debate. Where are you at?
I mean, I hate Jalen. Jesus. I hate Dyson Daniels slates. Whenever he goes off, I've never wanted to be overweight Dyson Daniels, at least this year. What do I have right now? Dyson Daniels, man, like 14%. So I'm like respecting the ADP, but I'm not. You're not going to make me chase it. You're not going to make me chase Dyson. But without Trey here, I mean, I think, I think he's good. I think it's a good play, but yeah, I don't know why, man. I just think the floor is pretty weak.
Yeah, I mean, he can't shoot and doesn't really score, so it's like you're really putting your faith in the stocks, right?
Right, yeah. And that's not a super fun way to make your living.
Yeah, I was digging Na in the last round more than I was digging Dyson, dude.
Na is awesome, man. I can't believe like just thought that he would have more people wanting him on their team this year. Yeah. Whenever he was a free agent, but dude, Na's so sweet. I like Na a lot, man. I agree. I think Na is a better floor.
Cool. Respect it, dude. Man, the Team Canada FIBA basketball is just loaded with these like mid-tier guard guys. Like Benny Math, Nemhards, Alexander Walker, and then you have the upper echelon guys with like Jamal and SGA, but they're like all the same player,
Yeah. They're good, dude. They're really good.
Dylan Brooks and Lou Dort, like kind of like same but different. Like it's interesting how they kind of like the bloodline has like an architect where it's like you can see they were all raised together to play structurally together.
Yeah.
Because it's like the program's like so much smaller than like in the States where you would have like all these AAU teams and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. Way more close knit.
Yeah. All right, dude. Okongwu or Zinger for you? Yes or no?
Okongwu, a little bit.
Yeah. I'm a little scared about the minutes, but yeah, I'm good with it.
I think the minutes are fine.
Okay.
There's no way Kristaps plays more than 20 minutes.
Okay.
I don't think he plays more than 20 minutes for like till the All-Star break.
Okay. All right. I'm good with it.
I
like that. I needed to hear that.
It's fucked up, man.
Yeah. Ryan has a question here with the Harden stuff. Like, if we get the Harden Q tag, like, how far would you pull up Kawhi? I think Kawhi's still kind of fine where he is. Like, higher than 5 on Kawhi feels frothy to me. No.
Yeah, against Golden State, like.
Yeah.
No.
Like it's still slow. It's still some Jimmy, switching onto him. Still some. If Draymond could stay in the fucking game, like, maybe he tries to stay in front of him. I don't know. It still doesn't feel like that great. Like, you still have good quality top 4 options.
No, I'm keeping Kawhi at 5.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, cool. D Davis Gaming. Yeah, man, this does not sound sus to me at all, dude.
No.
I said the exact same thing to Nez before we started doing the show together. Like, Nez and I had done, 2 years of content before. Well, maybe that's excessive. Maybe we'd done like 8 months of real life content before meeting. Same thing with like Pete and I. Like, I had this very same feeling and like said the same thing to Pete in the past, where it's like, if we were friends, if we were in the same city, like, we'd be boys in real life. And it's like, yeah, that's exactly what happened, right? So
yeah, not sus, not weird. I promise.
No, that's entirely what this community is, and that's kind of like the evolution of like friendship in like this like era, where it's kind of like we come together with like-minded ideas and interests, regardless of physical space, opposed to just being raised in the same physical space that makes you friends.
Yeah. Well said.
All right. Let's keep pushing here, dude. We got Hornets and OKC up here. OKC is 15.5, and we did not get a sus injury report from them. And the Hornets have everybody back effectively. I mean, not actually, but almost. Ryan Kalkbrenner still out there, but we got probable tags for days out there. So they're going to be as close to full as they've been in a while. This is 236 here, which is nice to see. But man, I'm scared about like just a whole bunch of spread minutes here and a whole bunch of people just not really mattering from a fantasy standpoint. Even though there's a lot of options getting drafted here. Are you as scared as I am, Nez, or do you like kind of like jamming the OKC side of this?
I have a hot take. I think this game plays way tighter.
Ooh, I like it. Okay, good. Yeah.
I don't think that this is. I don't think the Hornets are as bad as this spread is indicating. Like, sure, they probably get spanked, but I don't know. I think the Hornets have a chance to keep this close. The downside is, the Thunder, coming off this loss against the Suns, and maybe they're fired up and trying to get back on track and whatnot. But I don't know, man. I just kind of feel like this plays tighter than 15.5.
Okay.
So I kind of like LaMelo. I like the Thunder guys here. I mean, I have SGA 4. Call me crazy, but I like this game. Okay. I'm not scared.
No, I respect it, dude. Yeah, because I was a little scared, man. Like I was kind of in the camp as Nick is here, where it's like this is a fucking crazy sentence to say in the year 2026 here, but taking Kawhi's minutes over SGA's with the 27 there. Like, I mean, I get the thesis because I'm a little scared that like, hey, they lose to the Suns last night. They get held in check. They only score 105. That they just come blood in the water against, a lackluster defensive team that is going to be small too. I mean, they got Diabate's potentially coming back this evening there, but this team that they're going up against, pretty small too. This could play fast. This could play wide open.
Yeah, the Thunder are a much better team. Like I get the market here. I just think this is going to be closer, man. I think the Hornets are like kind of sneaky better than people think. So,
okay, sure.
But like, man, as far as like drafting the Hornets, not really drafting many other than like late LaMelo, because LaMelo falls. Like I'm done taking shots on Miles Bridges, but like Brandon Miller and Con Knipple can maybe keep this thing close. Diabate is probable, which is good.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I think this is going to be kind of close. So I really like Chet. I was kind of waiting on the Chet injury report. We got good news with him. He's active. No Hartenstein, no Jay Will, which is good. And I like J-Dub even more now. Like, I think this game is going to be a close game. So that's good for these big three on the Thunder.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I definitely like the big three on the Thunder side more than going to anything on this side. It's obviously dealing with tough defense there too, and it's really hard to just on a night-to-night basis be like, where's the highest usage going to come from? Like, it's usually Melo, then it's Brandon Miller, and then it's kind of scattered throughout. Like, Miles Bridges has been taking the toughest defensive assignments and like kind of like taking pride in that. So his offensive output is kind of like gone down here. Like, the handling has definitely gone down in a big way. And like, it's not a good matchup across the board for anybody, but I think the depth of all these probable tags, Brandon Miller, Con, Diabates, and Salon all kind of like coming back into the fold. Like, this is as full as they've been with the exception of Kalkbrenner in a long time here.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I think that bodes in their favor,
right?
In terms of being, competitive here.
Yeah, it bodes in their favor in terms of keeping it competitive. It doesn't in our favor in terms of which guy I want to play tonight, or is there anybody playable here tonight, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's scary, but I do like Melo, even with, like depending on these minutes are going to be 30 at max, but Melo's been playing decent, man.
Okay.
And you can get him really cheap. Like you don't have to pay up for Melo. So give me 30 minutes of Melo in a tight game, and maybe he even gets to 32.
If if this game happens to be tight, it's because Melo did something. So pairing Melo with your SGA teams, because it's a plus matchup for SGA, and then Melo keeps it close on the other end, seems like really good correlation, like mapping.
Right. Yeah, I would agree.
Okay, cool. And then anybody other than the big three on the Thunder?
No.
Okay. Yeah, we get no Caruso, no Hartenstein. Kaysen's going to play his empty 32 defense and stocks. I mean, maybe we could play the old Kaysen 1.5 steals in the pick'em lobby. That feels like a good spot for that one tonight. AJ Mitchell off the bench, Lou Dort. Yeah, I mean, this is just too deep a slate when J-Dub's available in the second to last round.
Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't seen ceiling from J-Dub in a while.
Have not, man. It's really frustrating, but I'm going back to the well here. You know what I mean? Like it's as good as it's going to get for him in this spot, unless relatively speaking, it's as good as it's going to get.
Okay, cool. Suns on the second night of a back-to-back here, taking on the Sangoon-less Rockets here, 8.5. We got a revenge game for KD here, who we know is petty as fuck when it comes to this kind of stuff. Low total, though, only a 223 here. We talked about Tari Eason off the top there. We talked about the potential impact of Steven Adams, questionable tag. He's the most notable and only notable questionable tag on the Rockets there, which could bring Clint Capella into starting. They could also play, the Suns aren't that big. I mean, Mark Dubb might be managed on the second night of a back-to-back when he has a probable tag. So like the Suns aren't that big, and the Rockets are so effing big that you could play like some smaller groups and still have a little bit of a size advantage without playing Capella or Adams. So just keep that in mind when you guys are thinking about, the way you're constructing rosters. Suns came in with probable tag on Grayson Allen, so he's presumably back in the fold tonight, and then everything's the same as last night outside of that. I guess Booyah gets taken out of there. He's in concussion protocol, but he only played like 7 minutes or something last night. Thoughts on the Suns here, because Booker's ADP is pretty palatable, but that's kind of like the only one people are getting to on the Suns side.
Yeah, it's the only thing I'm getting to, and I'm not even getting to it that much.
Okay.
Like I prefer the Jazz guys over Booker.
Okay, I respect that take, dude. Yeah, I mean, we just know how long and good the Rockets defenders are here.
Yeah, I mean, the Suns are playing really good basketball, but that's not necessarily good for the fantasy output of Devin Booker. Say it every time they're on the slate, just because I think that they are like one of the coolest stories of the year is like how much they're overachieving.
Yeah,
and how underappreciated Dylan Brooks is by people. He's a huge part of that. But yeah, I'm going to be pretty light Devin Booker.
Dylan Brooks is actually what people think Draymond Green still is.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't even know what the comp would be for him.
Yeah,
like he just like he's so good for a team's like morale and everything. Like he's a difference maker, man.
It's Lou Dort without two other premium scorers on the floor.
Trying to think, what do you mean by that? But
as in, like, he becomes the second option.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he has the ability to score more and have the ball in his hand more, that sort of deal.
Can I make a crazy comp? Like,
oh yeah,
just
please.
One more. Let's just take it a step further.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't, for lack of a better comp, it's like the LeBron James effect. Dude, he just gets teams to like fucking lock in, man. Like he is just so good for culture, and everybody thinks that he's annoying, and maybe he is corny, maybe he is annoying as a fan, but like for a team's like morale and their ability to lock in and like take something serious and have a goal, like he's that guy, man. He was a huge for the Rockets last year. Rockets had one of their best seasons in recent memory last year when he was on there. He was good for the Grizzlies, but Ja was annoyed by it and told him to get lost. And now they're here for the Suns. The Suns have no business being this good. Now he's such an underrated part of it.
Cross sport comp. He's Brad Marchand.
There you go. I believe it.
There you go.
I believe it.
No Colin Gillespie in the last round for you?
Shout out Colin Gillespie, but no.
Yeah. shout out Colin Gillespie, but no, especially with Grayson Allen's scoring and shooting ability returning this evening. Rockets side, dude, do you like this this narrative street of KD this evening? Do you like the Amen matchup? We know we like Tari Eason in the last round.
I really like KD. He opened at like 39.5 PRA. He's down to 38. But I still really like it. Without Şengün, man, KD just assumes a lot of usage, scoring, rebounding, a little bit on inside as well. But Tari Eason will be there too. I love KD. Sorry, good.
I just mean the peripheral stats have returned. You know, before all we were getting was just like an empty 25 and then hoping for like 2 and 2 to go alongside it. Like the auxiliary stuff has returned now.
It's awesome. It's awesome to see, man. They need him to do this because like Amen's not like a threat like that. You know, like he's Amen can drive to the paint. He did make a 3. I think 2 threes the other night. Watch out.
He did it. Don't you?
Yes, he did. He was 2 for 3. Watch out. So like KD has to be that guy. And it's different. It's not like the fade KD stuff of last year. Right now, he's a great play. Okay. And I like Amen too, by the way. I mean, let's not stop there. I think Amen is like I think he's like way under projected.
Okay, cool. I respect it, man.
With no Şengün, man, against Phoenix, like, and Phoenix isn't like soft, but like no Şengün against Phoenix, like anytime that you have any sort of like edge on the inside there, I love it for Amen. And you know, we like Mark Dubb, but he's not putting fear in my heart in terms of like what Amen can do here.
Yeah, no, well said, dude. Yeah, this is definitely a good rebounding spot for the Rockets just in general. And, you know, let's take the 2 long wings flash ball handlers, see what happens. Outside of Tari in the last round, we've talked enough about Tari. Anybody else that you'd like to get to?
You know, no, but I love the Capella shout. And you know, one time I've waxed poetically about Jabari Smith before, but shout out to Jabari Smith because he's just playing super good basketball. But no one else for me tonight.
Sounds good. Let's rip through these next couple here, and then I will draft some teams. We got the Nuggets and we got the Sixers here. Sixers are 15-point favorites at home against the Nuggets, who are without basically everybody, laundry list of guys there. This is a 228.5 here. We have the dreaded probable tag on Embiid. The minutes have been really strong, recent memory for basically all the starters here. Watford is out. Kelly O is out here. Joel Embiid has the probable tag, and Justin Edwards has been listed available for this one. Yeah, man, like PJ playing like 35 last time out. VJ Edgecombe playing north of 35 in like 3 or 4 straight. Nurse spoke to like how they like the lineup as, you know, as the unity they've finally been able to assemble in the lineup. And then on the Nuggets side of things, dude, no Joker, no Christian Brown, no Aaron Gordon, no Tim Hardaway Jr., no Cameron Johnson, no Jamal Murray, and no Jonas Valanciunas, which is effectively their entire fucking team here. So I don't know, man. I guess the simple question is, will you draft any Nugget this evening?
Maybe Peyton Watson.
I took Peyton Watson once with the 36th overall pick because I thought he'd be a projection riser if the injury report broke differently. I don't know, man. I still don't love it.
It's not good. Yeah. It's really not good. But I think Peyton Watson also makes sense if you have a Maxey or Embiid team.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have a lot of Peyton Watson, but like he is absolutely like he is the guy right now. But what does that matter? Probably not much, man. It's so likely that this Nuggets team doesn't score 100 points tonight. In fact, I would their team total is probably under 100. Actually, you know, that's probably not even a hot take.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, like I can't even get excited about playing a 5. Like Zeke Naji, once upon a time, like I just like him as a basketball player. But like all these guys are just like so low floor, so mid ceiling. Holmes and Naji will probably split the big stuff. Strother, like
I was
fine,
gonna
but
say,
like,
man, Strother, I think is like the way you play this is like I think Strother low key is a nice pick 'em for like points because I think Strother can hoop a little bit, but like not for battle royales. This is bad news.
Yeah, like if this game plays anywhere, it's crazy that this has the same spread as the other game we just talked ourselves into, like being like more competitive. Like I can talk myself into OKC and the Hornets being way more competitive than this one, yet the spread's the exact same. Like, like this one just on the surface, it just feels so bad. Like,
oh yeah, it feels bad all around. Like for the Sixers, it feels like it feels like it feels pretty bad from the Sixers standpoint too. To the point where like I don't know how to necessarily play it. I mean, I think Embiid plays because I think Embiid likes to play soft matchups. But can these guys do enough in 3 quarters? Because I think that's what it's going to be.
Sure. Yeah.
Not entirely sure. Like I'd be really if they play Edgecombe, quite frankly, Edgecombe or Maxey more than like 30 minutes tonight, either things went horribly wrong or like or he's an idiot, man. Because like there's just like no need. There's no need, like to do that, and they've just been playing these guys so fucking much.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna soft fade Embiid, dude. Like even if he plays, like I think he'd be the most capped out of the group. I think I like some of those back picks more in that range than him.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, like I'll just play Scotty Barnes instead of Embiid today.
Yeah.
If you guys want to play all these dust balls as chalk, play the redacted slate today or something and jam all in these 3 min salary guys to let you get up to the studs or whatever. You're going to be seeing a lot of this plus B-ball Paul. I think Pickett, Strother, Najee, or Watson in the last round are fine, but that's where I would cap it. I think it'd be those 4 for me.
Yep.
Okay, cool. And then Sixers side there, do you still like Maxey at like pick? Oh my God. Do you still like Maxey at like pick 5, 6, 7 range?
I think I would put Maxey. Definitely put Maxey behind Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, behind Jaylen Brown, behind Kawhi. Taking Jamal out makes it harder though because he kind of is a tier break guy.
Yeah, after Maxey, it gets pretty dicey, but yeah,
it'd be a Quentin Grimes night, dude, where they just kind of like get up early and then he's kind of like a little bit like not garbage timey, but he's like the guy that like stays on to keep it close, like plays like that AJ Mitchell role for OKC when they play like 3 quarters.
I'm with you. I think he's like definitely somebody they could just like throw in for garbage time and just let him chuck.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with Maxey at ADP. I'm soft fading Embiid. Embiid could do enough in 28 minutes, but like, I just see like why would be my question. VJ, the stuff is super propped up because of the most recent box scores and the minutes. Like, if he doesn't get to 40, like the usage isn't there for this to happen. Like VJ is probably my least favorite ADP on the slate.
Evergreen.
Yeah.
Evergreen.
Yeah. Kind of feels minutes merchanty. I think I'd rather take a swing at Grimes in the 6th round than be overweight VJ in the 4th/5th.
Yeah, I'll probably just do neither, but
sure.
I love that you said it.
That's what I'm here for, baby. All right, highest total on the slate here. Blazers and Jazz having 3 pieces drafted. I guess 4 pieces in the first 4 rounds here, including a potential 101 in Danny Avdia today, a 242, 6 by way of the Blazers here. Let me just grab the Jazz here. We got questionable tag on Ace Bailey. Yusuf Nurkic had a questionable tag for a left toe thing, but he's been listed available now. You got Kev Love. Sorry, 1 second. Oh, a little tickle in the throat there. Walker Kessler's still out. Kev Love is out here as well. So, yeah. And then on the Blazers side, no Jeremy Grant, which was kind of like the most recent addition in a Q tag on Time Lord, still without Scoot Henderson, Matisse Thybulle, Blake, I almost said Lively, Blake Wesley, and Drew Holiday there. We're going to have the debate about Shaedon Sharpe in the last round, whether he should rise or not. The usage rate suggests he should. But as you have alluded to, he's lost us so much money all damn year. Let's talk about the Portland side first here, because 2 guys go every single draft, and then the other one is sometimes.
No, man. Yeah, Denny 101. Denny 101, man. Just play high usage guys against Utah and have fun.
Cool.
Denny is the 101 for sure. Yeah, really nothing left to say there. Sick matchup. Denny's doing a lot. Yeah, love it. Klingen's a tough one, man, because it seems like his ceiling is like 40 points. It's like, it's not great at pick 25, right. But then again, he benefits from the same spot. Time Lord is probable, but like, what?
Oh, did he get shifted to probable? I saw him Q tag.
Yeah, he's probable.
Okay. Yeah,
but I don't think that changes a lot.
Yeah, I guess the Klingon thesis is like, when we like Klingon is kind of like the Miles Turner thesis, where it's like, where we know he's going to get 30 minutes and nobody else is drafting him. It's not the nights where, hey, he might get cut into by a high rates guy off the bench and he's getting drafted every single time.
I guess like where I'm at is like I think his minutes are pretty stagnant. It's just like who's playing when he's not. Like I still think that Klingon plays like close to 30.
Okay.
You know, like Time Lord's not going to play a lot. I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do not think that he's going to play that much.
No, he just always plays 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like not that worried about it, but I'm going to like give him a small bump, but this spot's too awesome.
Okay.
To not want some Klingon.
Okay. Sounds good to me, dude. The Shaedon Sharpe debate, only in the 6th round. You won't be the guy chasing him up the board?
I have 28%, man. So
okay. So you are chasing him a little bit.
Doing it, man.
Okay. Yeah, I respect it. I think the models will agree with you, though.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. I mean, I just go by props, to start the day, and yeah, and matchups, and obviously like Utah's a sick matchup. So maybe this is like a gift from God that Shaedon Sharpe's been like absolute dog shit for 2 weeks, and then he gets this Utah spot to explode when no one wants him.
Yep.
I mean, if that's not the case, man, I'm gonna flip a fucking brick.
No, I like the thesis. I like the spot for Shaedon. I'll be going back to the well as well. Let's have the Lauri Markkanen versus Keynote, aka Keontae George debate. Who do you prefer this evening?
I prefer Keynote.
Yeah, I kind of agree, dude. I think it's a better matchup for Keynote than Lauri. Lauri probably gets the Tamani Kamara treatment.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's him. He's still gonna get his shots, but it's definitely Tamani on him. But I still like Lauri, but I prefer Keynote.
And then we get Nurk, who's a 6th round pick right now. We know what he can do. Dare I say it, from a rates perspective there. I don't know, man. Like, do you like playing Nurk today? I think my biggest takeaway with Nurk is that it makes the Klingon stuff look worse. Yet again, that Nurk is in.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. But I love Nurk. Let me just say that. I have a ton of Nurkic, and I'm not going to stop. But he's flying up boards right now. So you got to take him probably early 6th, I would say, if you want him. Just keep an eye out if you're doing volume. See where he ends up. But awesome spot for Nurkic, man.
Okay,
he's been so good for Utah fantasy wise. It's been awesome.
Yeah. Last game on the slate, Nez, Warriors and Clippers, low total, bad pace, 223.5 here, 3 by way of the Warriors there. Injury report, most notably, was the Q tag added to Harden there. It is listed as a right shoulder soreness. Derek Jones still listed out. Bradley Beal and Bogdanovic listed out as well. And then on the Warriors side, nothing noteworthy. Just hope that Draymond Green can stay longer than a quarter in a basketball game or something these days. Yeah, I guess it's just Jimmy Buckets and Steph on the one side, and then largely just Kawhi on the other side. If Harden were to miss, does that change anything? Yeah, thoughts?
I think it kind of has to change things.
Okay. Yeah. What would I think that's people's most interesting question is, would you draft like more Zoobs? Would you draft, I don't know who's going to come into the game for like more handling here. Like it probably just becomes Chris Dunn and we don't like him as a shooter. It probably just becomes Kawhi monster usage game. Zoobs isn't like full. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Kawhi breaks through that top 4, but it makes him a better pick than he was. It makes him a stronger pick. It makes that top 5 tier kind of its own tier, but Kawhi is still at the bottom of it, in my opinion. Like, maybe, yeah. I mean, like, it doesn't change anything from an ADP perspective, but it makes Kawhi a better pick. So, like, what is that? Maybe nothing changes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Interpret that how you will, man. But like,
well, yeah. I mean, my thought is we're already drafting Kawhi at ceiling and with parentheses. I mean, he had that 92 fantasy point game, which is like not many people in basketball have that type of ceiling on a night to night basis. And maybe this is kind of like the reinventing of Kawhi yet again. But yeah, if Harden somehow misses here, like I think they're both fine at ADP. If Harden misses, it doesn't make Kawhi the 101 for me. Like it's still a low total game. It's still like some combo of Jimmy Buckets and Draymond on him. Like it's just, I don't know.
No, it doesn't. He doesn't crack my top 4.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm in agreement with you. Would you draft any other Clipper?
No.
Yeah. Man, I wish we could get excited about John Collins for like once. Like this is like the pathway for him. Could you imagine if like we told you this in best ball season? Like, oh yeah, Harden would be missing. Zoobs would have missed a bunch of games. Plus is limited. Like, yeah, sure. John Collins must be feasting alongside Kawhi if the Clippers are winning basketball games. And it's just like, nope. Like,
it's frustrating, man. He should be playing. He should be doing so much better for fantasy. But yeah, it sucks, man. Zoob's not being full sucks. Yeah, none of them. Shout out that kid Yannick though for the Clippers.
Yannick,
yeah, he's not draftable yet, but YKN, dude, he's gonna be good. He's gonna be really good. He's very athletic. He's like long as hell. I'm excited about him.
Okay, cool. Like that. Yeah, he played garbage time to close out the end of the Celtics game on, I guess, Saturday night.
Yeah, he's gonna be good, I think.
Cool. Yeah. Anyone else that you want to talk about on the Clippers and or Warriors outside of the Steph and Jimmy?
No, I think what I'll say is that I like Steph and I like Jimmy, but like Jimmy's been screwing us big time. I like Steph though. And I know this is like a slow game, but I think Steph's going to be able to do quite a bit here.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I mean, anytime Steph has the palatable ADP, I'm not afraid to click it. It's the slates where like he's coming off of a 60 burger and then he just like steams up to like 7, 8, 9. Like those are the nights I fade Steph. Like I'm okay to play Steph here despite the low total.
Yeah, exactly. The ADP, the price is right for sure.
Yeah, and like the evergreen Kerr stuff is just like, oh, we got to run more through Jimmy. We got to play more through Jimmy. Like, oh, we got to, and it's just not fucking happening, and it's still not happening. Like, he just gives you 35 fantasy points like every night. Like, yeah, it's a sexy name to click when he's like in the 5th or 6th round, but like, man, when's the last time we saw Jimmy ceiling?
I know, man. It's been a while. He doesn't even look that good on the court right now.
Right.
Like, honestly.
Yeah, this is not we talk about it like playoff Jimmy, how it's just like a completely different animal when he like lays it all on the line and plays like a completely different human being. Like right now it's just kind of like he's out there.
Mm-hmm. I got to run, man. Thank you for holding it down from here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good luck. Go Jalen Johnson.
Go Jalen Johnson. All right, let's do it. Hopping in a draft right now. We'll draft 2 of these and then call it a show there. Roll the 3rd spot in this one. Rock the Suburbs is in here with us. Pepper Tony's in here, fully loaded. JSAR, little friends and family out here. Let's get it. I think the 4 is probably my favorite draft slot today. Like, which is something you never used to say when drafting hoops. It was always like, oh, I want the 1 or the 2 where I can get like Luka or Joker or whatever. Like, I actually think this is a really good like draft from the middle of the board slate where you can like capitalize on like the end of tiers that aren't like that stark a projection, and you still have choices, right? So if you roll this like 3 spot here, we still have a choice between like any of these top 5 totally viable options, you know? Reminder for everybody, we got 190 of us watching. Hit the like, subscribe, notification, all that stuff. Back to our full-time schedule this week. I know it was a little janky over the holidays and some of the weekends kind of like falling in between and stuff. Nez left the show saying, shout out Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson is the guy tonight. Jalen Johnson is the 102. So we will go ahead and take him at 103. I know it feels weird clicking Jalen Johnson's name over SGA, especially when they're 15-point favorites. But yeah, I mean, he could do enough in 3 quarters. But if you think that game plays closer than the spread, as Nez also thought, I think SGA is entirely viable at that pick there as well. I do think it is a top 3.5. I kind of like Kawhi, the safety of Kawhi and the upside of Kawhi a little bit more than the potential downside of Cade tonight, if that makes sense. Like, I think they'll project so close that like you could flip Kawhi and Cade and put this as like the top 4 tier, and then like just the potential that the probable tag breaks the wrong way, coupled with the Q tag of Harden breaking the right way, that Kawhi then, makes up that projection difference to then be better than Cade. So if you wanted to full fade Cade tonight, I think he's the guy in the top 5 that I would be most comfortable doing it with, if that makes sense. Scotty Barnes goes there, which is unfortunate. Really wanted the Scotty Barnes to get a little game correlation there. I like Brunson more than I like Cat, but I like KD more than both of them tonight. KD just feels like that dude who's going to go get his tonight against the Suns. Obviously, tough defensive matchup at times if he gets the Dylan Brooks treatment, but yeah. Rooting for Kawhi is the right thing to do. Yeah, I respect that. I respect it. As you guys can see, James Harden's new ADP is falling to about 13 here. Checks out. Makes sense. I don't think Amen Thompson pairs overly well with KD. I don't think they reach ceiling together. So I would probably rather pull up one of the Utah guys here or play Devin Booker or Steph Curry. I think playing Devin Booker opposite KD probably makes sense. Probably makes the most sense, to be honest. Let's go ahead and do that. I think that you could also make the case that you would rather, because we know it's not a great matchup for Devin Booker, like just in a vacuum. You could also make the case that like pulling up Lowry does more for this lineup because like of a combo standpoint, Booker and Durant, their ADPs will be paired together way more than Lowry and Durant's will be. So there's definitely some reason to do that. I think Harden should probably be like player. I think he should be player 11 if he didn't have the Q tag. Now with the midday downgrade Q tag to make him 13 feels fine. Use him as like a tier break, but he's definitely going to fall like further in certain rooms, right? There goes Lowry. There goes Derek White. Totally fine, viable picks in both spots. See what fully loaded does here at the 20. This is where you can really start mixing it up because like we kind of gave like bull case, bear case on like every player in this range, right? Let's see what he goes. Brandon Ingram. That's the conversation we had earlier, guys, about the Brandon Ingram kind of like invisible line in the sand. That like Brandon Ingram is like the end of a tier for people in their minds. Whereas like if you want to scroll and just pair some 6 rounders together, you know, you're going to be instantly different than people, or like scroll past it and put some other guys together. Vooch is definitely like the safest pick here in terms of floor ceiling. I think Klingon might have the highest ceiling available. Melo would also be another one there. A little bit out on Jimmy. The projections will always have Jimmy higher than this, but a little bit out on that. VJ Edgecombe, shout out VJ Edgecombe for playing all those minutes and being like super good right now, but he's a little overdrafted at that price tag. He was yeeting on the bench the other day, though, so respect to those who are respectors of the yeet movement. He was yeeting. Him and Embiid were yeeting on the bench. So, okay, so Klingon's going still in that 23 range. I do think Nurk being in is bad for Klingon. I will say that, but yeah. Still some big name players out here. So Jimmy comes back to us. He's definitely the best projecting play here. Melo would probably be pretty close. I'm scared Melo's only capped at 30 minutes. But I'm going to do what I said I was going to do, and I'm going to put 2 6-rounders together. Let's take Nurk. I think Nurk's a good play tonight. And then let's see if we can get Shaedon Sharpe to come back to us. If he does not come back to us, we'll go ahead and scroll even further and take somebody else. But I think Paul Reed's a good play here. I think IQ is an okay play. I think Tari Eason is a good play, but I like Tari Eason on my non-Kevin Durant teams. The Hornets guys, I only really like to take if I have an OKC piece. I want that game to play tighter for them all to matter. If they all just come back in the lineup tonight, they just kind of cannibalize everybody's usage. I did hear someone in the chat earlier ask if I thought I should swap, it was framed as like, who should I swap my Jamal Murray stuff to? Would you swap to a Nugget? I don't think I would. I think I would just build out my swap rankings and try and swap, to Shaedon, to try and swap to, some of these back end 5th and 6th rounders. That being said, if I was going to swap to a Denver piece, it would be Peyton Watson. And I think you're still going to get ownership leverage on him because he's not getting steamed by anybody. So I think I'd be fine with Peyton Watson as kind of like a swap option. But I think there's just going to be higher projecting guys. Like I would rather have Nah. I would rather have Shaedon Sharpe. I probably wouldn't rather have Buzelis and Miles Bridges. So I'd probably X those guys out. Let's see who Pepper Tony selects. He takes a Kongwu. I like Tari, but I don't want it with my KD teams. I don't think it's like a hard and fast rule, but I'm just going to exit out when I'm hand drafting this time. Pritchard's going to be a little bit over-owned for me. Let's go do the double big thing and scroll down to B-Ball Paul. Paul Reed's going to be stone cold chalk on Redacted. If he plays 30 minutes again tonight, the box score is going to look considerably better than it did last night. I like Paul Reed just in general. But Nurk plus Paul Reed feels like a good kind of like unique closing to a lineup with 235 ADPs after you're relatively chalky to start there. So we go Jalen Johnson, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Nikola Vucevic. We go Yusuf Nurkic, and then we go Paul Reed, aka B-Ball Paul. Let's rip another one of those, see what this one looks like. Draft number 17 for your boy. Jay Fresh saying it feels like a one Jazz piece kind of game tonight. I like that take. Yeah, I mean, the problem is people are only drafting 3 of them, and Ace Bailey coming off the Q tag is not like someone you're really excited about, but it kind of makes sense. Highest total on the slate. We know how fast, Portland's been. Yeah, I wouldn't set like a hard and fast rule of like, you have to get one, but like, yeah. Let's take a look at NBA pace stuff right now, because your boy has been out of the streets for about a week's time. The Jazz are the 4th fastest team, and the Blazers are the 5th fastest team. So that makes sense. The Bulls, 2nd fastest team in basketball. The Hawks are the 3rd fastest team. Let's see. The Raptors are kind of low-key sneaky buried. So, you think that game's going to play faster and play up to the Hawks' pace, but they're not playing that fast. Cade still goes 101 in these drafts. Dat Mavis takes Denny Avdia. Let's go ahead and take SGA this time just to switch it up. E-Coxer's in here with us, Pepper Tony again, and Chris as well. More friends and family hanging out. I mean, from a theoretical like pace standpoint, you're probably right that like, hey, there's a reason this is the highest total game. There's a reason the defensive ratings are bad. There's a reason why, these 2 ones, like there's a couple isolated matchups that you can poke holes in, and those mainly stem from Toumani Camara. But yeah, I don't know. The keynote usage has been incredible. Lowry, when he plays full, is amazing. Yeah, I wouldn't fight you on it, man. Would not fight you. Last draft for me, guys. I got 2 dogs here. We've been dog sitting since Christmas, basically. We were away for those couple nights. We did some skiing, some surfing, all this sort of stuff. I think we're still going to take KD here. You could take Jalen Brunson as well and just switch it up. All right, fine. Let's take Brunson. Let's switch it up. Let's take Brunson. We took KD last time. Let's take Brunson. Like Brunson a little bit more than Cat. And the reason we do that is because Almond usually comes back the next pick. So now we can do the Almond in the 3rd round pick there. Sorry. Yeah, but we did Tofino and Whistler there, but we had the dogs with us the whole time. So it was pretty sick to we rolled such good weather in Tofino, and Tofino's like this little small coastal town with some of the best surf beaches in the world, at the far western tip of Vancouver Island there. It's about 7 hours away from here if you like take a ferry, then drive, or you can like float plane, fly it in. We obviously drove because we had the dogs this time. Well, wife drove with the dogs and your boy joined. Yeah, man, it was just like most beautiful picturesque stuff. I put some of it on the tweet machine there, but it was super cool to just, you go out there, let the dogs off the leash, wide open, walk for miles, beaches, fireworks on the beach for New Year's Eve and stuff. A couple nice restaurants, a lot of fun. Highly, highly recommend if you are anywhere in the Pacific Northwest. All right, so things are pretty standard in here. As you guys can see, Dat Mavis pulls up Keynote to the left side of the board there. He's drinking the Nez Kool-Aid. He's also drinking the J Fresh One Piece of Jazz in every draft Kool-Aid as well here. Vooch goes at 19. That's kind of like that line in the sand that we've been talking about with like this tier of Booker, Vooch, BI. is kind of like the line in the sand, and then kind of everybody else after that. Clingan gets pulled up to 21. We get BI to come back to us. I think BI is fine at this price point. I'm a little bit scared about like RJ getting ramped up and cutting in a little bit, but I still think BI could score enough. I do think he can rebound enough too, so I'm good with BI here. And then I'm going to do what I said I would do on my SGA teams. We'll see what Dat Mavis does. But on my SGA teams, I did say that I would prefer to pair them with a Hornet. So Dat Mavis beats us to it. He does Chet plus LaMelo, so he does what we were going to do in terms of pairing it together. I don't mind pairing J-Dub with SGA because it's same thesis. It's like the game is playing close. I don't love Bridges tonight. I'm going to go ahead and scroll past this tier. We obviously didn't take Denny Avdia in the first round because we got SGA, so I'm going to take Shaedon Sharpe here. I know he's let a lot of people down, but yeah. There you go. Charlie, line of scrimmage. Tofino, one of the best places on earth for real. Yeah, man. Been fortunate with my travel in my life to check out some very nice places, and Tofino is top shelf, man. It's truly goated. Yeah, we also rolled really good weather because this time of year you could just get like so many foggy, rainy, like storm watching kind of days, and we rolled like, I don't know, felt like 15 Celsius in the sun for winter. So like what is that Fahrenheit? Like 60? Yeah, like 59. So like we rolled some of like the nicest winter days you could possibly roll too. So we got really lucky there. Love those picks from E. Coxer there with the Na pick. I like Na a little bit more than ADP does today. He was a staple in my early drafts. B-Ball Paul goes there. Peyton Watson goes there. So the ball knowers are showing off in this draft. I think Bridges is fine to do the correlation that we talked about. I don't like RJ on my Ingram teams. I don't love doing Tari Eason on my BI teams. Let's go full Galbrain here. Let's take the Quentin Grimes pick. Let's go full Galbrain on, we think VJ Edgecombe's a bad pick. We think Embiid may or may not play like 28 minutes if he does happen to play. Let's play the Galbrain game plays to the spread. Quentin Grimes ends up playing the most minutes of all Sixers tonight in that hybrid role of he's running the second unit, plus he's staying in longer than the starters for the quote-unquote start of garbage time. He might be too good a basketball player to get full-fledged garbage time usage, but he could definitely play that kind of like bracket area where it's like, hey, we start the fourth with the starters on the bench and Grimes leading that unit, and Grimes runs away with the night in the first 8 minutes, and then the starters never come back on the floor. So that's the Quentin Grimes thesis. Man, this cough is gnarly. Sorry. That's the Quentin Grimes thesis. Maybe it's better served to play with a Nugget where the game stays a little bit tight down the stretch, or to play with Maxey, something like that. But that was the scroll. So SGA, Brunson, Amin Thompson, BI, Shaedon Sharpe, and Quentin Grimes. Give me 1 second as I close out the show here. We got Mr. Goodboy right here, all up in our business, coming to check on me to make sure I'm not dying of the Shaedon flu. Holy smokes. All right, guys, we're going to tie a bow on it there. Full allotment of shows this week. We got hoops tomorrow. We got off and on the clock for playoff best ball on Wednesday. We're going to have a special show on Thursday, probably be members only, but we've done a lot of members only recently, so maybe we'll open up to everybody. But just given the fact that we got gifted so many effing memberships today, I think maybe we'll do at least a double dip this week. And then Friday, off and on the clock for the wild card playoff series. there. That'll be a lot of fun to talk through the daily angle of the playoff contest there. But mad love to the community, man. Badges up right here for my guy Gunnar Ross, dropping off 50 Badge Bros memberships. The Pikachu, aka the Pookachu, 20 Badge Bros memberships at the door. And then Dat Mavis, who just took our plan in this most recent draft, drops off 5 as well. So 75 memberships on a Monday. Good to be back in the saddle. Best of luck to everybody playing the hoops tonight. Back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern, to talk through it all with you guys. Good luck this evening, and see you in the lobbies. Everybody's favorite time of the show, the end. Peace.